So what's new with Canada and the US? Because apparently Trump really wants Canada to be the 51st state. And if you heard before that Canada should be a part of the US, you'd probably take it as a joke, right? Well, not after what Trump said, because in the beginning, when he mentioned that Canada should be the 51st state, everyone just thought it was a joke. But then he said it again, and again, and again, and again, that Canadians actually got worried that Trump is trying to make Canada a part of the US. But what if I told you that this isn't even the first time that Americans wanted Canada to be a part of them? Because in this video, we will see how the US wanted to take Canada before, but most importantly, we will see what Trump is doing to pressure Canada into joining the US. And don't forget that in this video, we'll have the US. Yay, I'll be getting Canada. Okay, I don't think that'll actually happen, but we also got Canada.
In your dreams, US, I'll never join you. Trust me, it will be fun. I said never.
Yeah, US, I don't think it'll be that easy.
Well, we could try, right?
Well, the US could try because it wouldn't be even their first time, because the US tried to get Canada even back in 1775. Because back then, George Washington, who's the US's first president, sent some forces to Canada to capture Quebec. That wasn't just it, because he had the audacity to ask Canadians to join the US in the war and help them capture Quebec.
Yeah, we didn't join them in the war. And we lost.
And even Benjamin Franklin wanted Canada to be a part of the United States, because back in 1782, the US and Canada were trying to write a treaty to end their war. And Benjamin Franklin said that the British should give Canada to the United States as a part of the treaty.
The British negotiator refused, though.
And in 1812, former President Thomas Jefferson claimed that taking Canada was a mere matter of marching, and he said it was going to be too easy. And he tried to send troops to Quebec and Ontario.
But he failed, and we won! Yeah, we failed again.
And the US tried again and again to get Canada, but it didn't work. But then, years have passed by, and Trump won the elections for the second time. And right after winning in November, he made a joke about Canada. And the joke was that Canada is a part of the US. He even referred to Canada's former Prime Minister, Justin Trudeau, as Governor Trudeau.
In Canada, you know, they're going to have to pay tariffs on automobiles, lumber, and oil and gas, et cetera, and they get 95% of their product from the United States. I think they have to become the 51st state. And you heard the people booing the national anthem, but I think ultimately they'll be praising the national anthem. We'll have to work out some deal with it, because I do like the O Canada, right? It's a beautiful thing. I think we're going to have to keep it for the 51st state. I call him Governor Trudeau. I said, Governor Trudeau's doing a wonderful job. I think it's actually cost him his election, if you want to know.
Like Canada was already a part of the US, but people didn't really care. They took it as a joke. I thought it was a joke. Like, people just thought that Trump was trying to provoke Trudeau, because Trump didn't really like Trudeau that much. People were like, he's not gonna say it again, or if he says it, it's gonna be a joke, and people forgot about it. Especially that Canada and the US have been friends for decades. They fought 2 world wars together, formed alliances like NATO and NORAD for defense. They even built the world's largest trading partnerships with agreements like the 1988 Free Trade and NAFTA in 1994. The 2 countries even bragged that they share the longest and most peaceful border in the world. So after all that, you really think that people would think that Trump is serious? Yeah, like only a few months ago, people would never have that idea. They were like, okay, Canada and the US are too close, so yeah, that would never happen. And it was just a joke. But in December of 2024, Trump posted on his Truth Social account that making Canada the 51st state would be a great idea. He even claimed that the United States subsidizes Canada, which means that the US pays a lot of money to support Canada. And Trump even said that many Canadians would save a lot of taxes and get better military protection if Canada joined the US.
Yeah, after these comments, our people started taking it a little bit seriously.
And then Trump repeated the comments in February 2025, and he said that without the US's massive subsidy to Canada, Canada would not exist as a country that mattered.
What I'd like to see, Canada become our 51st state. We give them protection, military protection. We don't need them to build our cars. I'd rather see Detroit or South Carolina or any one of our Tennessee, any one of our states build the cars. They could do it very easily. We don't need them for the cars. We don't need them for lumber. We don't need them for anything. We don't need them for energy. We have more energy than they do. We don't need them for energy. So I say, why are we doing this? Why are we willing to lose between $100 billion and $200 billion a year? We don't need them. As a state, it's different.
He said that because Canada gets a lot of subsidies from the US will put tariffs on Canada.
Let me tell you, because of that, Canadians got mad.
And then in March, Trump said that he will raise the tariffs to 50% on steel and aluminum, but Canadians this time weren't gonna let it slide. Because then the leader of Ontario, Doug Ford, threatened to cut off electricity from Canada to the US as a revenge.
Trump's comments, though, made it a little worse because he called this threat abusive. Really? Us? Yeah, and he said that the only thing that makes sense is for Canada to join the US, then the tariffs would disappear. Yeah, at this point, many Canadians here hated Trump.
And in April, Canada had its election, but the Trump drama was still going on. And that election in Canada was a huge one, but Trump didn't really forget to remind Canada to join the US again. And on Truth Social, Trump wished Canada good luck on their elections and encouraged them to elect the man he favored. He claimed that this candidate would cut taxes and strengthen the country, especially if Canada becomes the cherished 51st state of the United States. So yeah, the guy was at it. He just kept saying a comment after comment. He would not get bored, but yeah, Canadians got really, really bored. And in May, when Trump met Canada's new Prime Minister, Mark Carney, who, by the way, one of the reasons that he won was to fight against Trump's weird comments. Anyways, when Trump met Mark Carney, Trump again reminded him that it would be a great idea for Canada to join the US. But as a good thing, Trump also said that the US wouldn't force Canada to join, so that means that the US wouldn't really go with their military to try to take Canada and make it a part of the US. Even though Trump was trying to be nice during this conversation, yeah, Mark Carney rejected the idea and said that Canada is not for sale.
And I believe it would be a massive tax cut for the Canadian citizens. You get free military, you get tremendous medical cares and other things.
Well, if I may, as you know from real estate, there are some places that are never for sale.
That's true.
We're sitting in one right now.
And you think that would be it, right? Like Trump met with the Prime Minister and it didn't work out. Well, Trump didn't really give up because he had another idea. An idea that would save Canada $61 billion if they joined the US. Trump decided to make something called the Golden Dome. That Golden Dome is basically a missile defense system that would protect the US against any fast missiles that are coming to attack the US. And for that to work, that Golden Dome would be in space and it would have so many satellites to stop any attack that would be coming. To do something like that, and because it's space and building anything in space is expensive, it would cost the US so much money.
Yeah, it would cost us like $175 billion. And because the US and us share the same border, we were like, let's join you and let this thing protect us both.
And Trump liked that Canada wanted to join that project. But remember, that project was very, very expensive. So Trump told Canada they can join the project, but they have to pay $61 billion for them to join.
Yeah, it's a lot of money and we're not doing that well economically at the moment.
Trump also gave Canada another option. He was like, how about you join the US and then you don't really have to pay that $61 billion.
But of course, we refused. Again, why though? It was a good deal. Seriously, you're calling this a good deal? Yeah, I thought so. Bro, I'm bigger than you. Why would I even join you? Because I'm America? The audacity.
You tried enough. How about you stop annoying Canada now?
No, I don't take no for an answer. Well, you know that you bringing up this topic made the relationship between us a lot worse, right? Sorry.
And I know well that Trump will keep continuing to bug Canada to join the US. And I know that he's not going to stop anytime soon. But even though he's annoying them, at least there aren't any attacks for now. So it's okay. Like, as long as there aren't any attacks other than the tariffs that he put, that obviously would like affect a lot of people, I genuinely hope it stays without any military intervention, because yeah, we don't really need another war in this world. And you tell me, do you think it's even possible for Canada to join the US? Like, is that something that would happen in the near future? Well, I wanna hear what you guys say. And again, thank you guys for watching.